Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with our continued adventures of Gwen, Ravenheart, and Space Pig.
Yeah.
We are currently in the library of the Hall of Revered Mysteries, and we
Just say
shall
the
get
word.
down to the task at hand. We were having a look about. There are lots of interesting tidbits and bits of information. The titles all refer to Gunflaffen, mathematics, and advanced geometry. The symbols on the papers writhe and shift. They are dizzying to look at.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of there's a lot of stuff here. We could read all the stuff in this library, and it'd be fantastic. It would really do. We had a lot of information. Travels Earl of Liville, 2662 to 268 question mark. For example, we could read all the many faces of Barath, the Saints War Part 2. I mean, to be honest, I might just have a session just where we read all the stuff in the library, or just do a one-off video where I collect all this stuff, just do bits and pieces of recordings of all the different lore books, because this game has a lot of lore. To be honest, it really, really does. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek.
Yeah.
Who are this?
Hail, traveler.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priest and scavengers continue their search. She shoots the nearest road figure a withering glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are you looking for? Maybe I can find it. I'd like to know more about Wallel. She smiles. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Wallel is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. For we often call Wallel he who sees and is not seen. It's neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristics to Wallel is to miss another essential part of its divinity. The 100 visions, you inquire? A term of reverence for Wallel's many revelations. Despite the name, they are infinite. Each empathy leads to yet another enigma. Sagani, and I thought I was busy. What else do you need to know? What else do you need? Tell me about yourself. I am the High Archivist of the Hall of Revered Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist, and I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. Even just one or two? Canna sighs. What are you looking for? Maybe I can find it. She sizes you up, strokes her chin. Could you now? She scowls at the road priest again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Wallel. They intend to blaspheme by selling what should remain hidden. I shriek at the 100 visions. Her weary eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but they were overzealous in their interrogations. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse on the road to the Deer Ford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring them back with the scroll. Wallel rewards persistent seekers, and so do I. An ancient scroll of Wallel, that's a fine prize, I mean a worthy task. I had a question about the missing scroll. Tell me more about these thieves. Very little, except they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How so they handle these thieves? However you can, kill them, rob them, leave them, it makes no difference to me. She wears a hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of Wallel's mysteries. What's so special about this scroll? Wallel is a god of secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't it? She cackles. It's parable, that kind of nurses the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. Right. Retrieve the stolen scroll. Impossibly, this painted ice seems to move whenever you turn your back.
Not a problem.
I mean, I really, really want to look at some of the lore stuff because I love lore in games, but we just don't have the time. Right, let's see if C knows anything about these thieves.
Hello.
No, she doesn't. Okay. Out we go. Come on. Right, so what was the quest? Task. The parable of the well. So the parable of well. Grimm said that one of the feast meant an abandoned farm on the path to Deerford. So probably it's in the wooded plains, perhaps. Was there something at the wooded plains? There might have been, actually. But first we have to get out of the city. Get it and we'll be on our way. Now, probably I'll have an episode where, like, the thing is that when you play a Pillars of Eternity game, you have to read the lore. It just adds so much depth to the world, and there is so much lore there that we won't be able to do it. So probably what I'll do is at the end of every episode, I'd probably put a cut in. I don't know. This is the problem. The thing is that I really want to read the lore unless we just have like an episode where it's just us reading all the lore, because that would be a bit tedious but interesting nonetheless. Right, we need to get. It would take us 4 hours and 15 minutes. We're blackguard, so they're gonna die pretty badly. Or bleak walker, technically. You're basically a black paladin. Right, so they've constructed the Barbican. Western Barbican is complete. Restore Bright Hall restoration. I really need to save up for the barracks. More than anything else, the barracks is something that I need to save money for. Sorry, I always get that wrong. Right, where's this farmhouse? I think it's the one down here that they were talking about. Was this the one? Here we go. Yeah, they're not even giving us a chance to talk. Fine. Fine by me. Oh, let's first... Yep, it's a big party at that. Right. Ouch. Man, there's a lot of them. And they've got the jump on us as well. Switch to that. Start hacking. Someone hit the bear. Pop that off. Shoot the mage. Here we go. That should do. He was down there, was he? Right. Beat on that one. The companion is down, which sucks. Right. Hit that. Pummel the bear.
I'm here.
Okay, no. No. I always hate doing that. Wrong person. Switch out to your sword and go and hit the thief. You go and hit him. C's down. That's not good. You punch him down. keep beating on him. Actually, I'll pop that ability. What have you got left in your magical archive? You go punch on him. Focus on him. You focus on him. There goes the pet. They've got an arquebus. Yeah, character attacked a foe with the last one defense. Deflection. Who has at least one defense that's much higher than the accuracy of the attacking. Okay. Yeah, barely injured. He's got deflection is super high. Okay. I don't think we have anything we could do about that. Does that put a penalty on his... Oh, he's done the stupid mage shift ability. That's what he's done. Well, we got him there by dazzling him, so he's... Right, so we killed those guys. She's back up, but she's got severely burned. That's not great. That was my own fault. I charged straight in without thinking about anything. Right, sun-touched male of High-on Wrath. The paladin High-on Wrath came across a countryside village beset by ghouls and made it his life's work to rid the world of the undead. He believed that the very existence of this blasphemy was a blasphemy against the gods and the scourge of Kith, and had observed the creatures prowl in the night and skulk in the dark places. His fell prey to then common misconceptions about their nature. He had his order create armor that shone with the light of the sun, believing them vulnerable to daylight. Unfortunately, he tested his theory in the cleansing of a crowded Fiump den, discovering too late that the light only alerted the creature to his presence. Published research by Animators has since dispelled the many dangerous myths surrounding the undead. Right, okay. Compare. I mean, it's better. It reduces his speed, unfortunately. Poison effects. Minus 50% poison effect tick rate. Minus 50% disease tick rate. That's better. Grant sunbeam. That might be useful for him to actually. What's that? A pistol. Pistol two-handed. Hold on to it for now. Rest can go in the bag. Guild is going to look over the bodies. Ibrim's grimoire. Scroll of Wellel. This ancient scroll is bound by a silver thread. The broken wax seal is stamped to the shape of an eye. The scroll at first appears to be gibberish, a collection of symbols and characters with no apparent connection between them. As you study them, however, you could swear that the characters begin to move slowly, almost implacably. They shift and crisscross and realign, and you are able to read text. A simpleton seeks out a wise man, said to know the answer to every question. Please, said the simpleton, you have to help me. The world terrifies me. I wake each morning. I don't know why. I make choices each day, and I don't know what will happen as a result. I go to sleep each night, and I don't know whenever it will be my last. When the simpleton finishes, he notices that the wise man is weeping. The simpleton apologizes profusely and asks the wise man what he has said to upset him. The wise man shakes his head and wipes tears from his eyes. His answer is, some people have all the luck. I see. Basically, this is already, you could call this a very old fable. This is basically ignorance as a blessing. Is that because he doesn't know these things, he's terrified because he doesn't know these things. The problem is this guy knows what's going to happen, so it terrifies him even more. It's the old adage that ignorance is a bliss. Right, he needs to have the grimoire, really. So she'll hold on to it. A wand, a mace. Right. Someone needs to have... Yeah. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it, now lose it again. Gain 1,122 experience. What? The High Archivist asked me to bring this back. This defeats the purpose of it in the first place. The High Archivist Grimdar asked me to bring it back. The voice laughed. Would you appease a dwarf or a god? You think this theft was an accident? The voice seemed to sift if its speaker was constantly changing age, race, and sex. My relics are never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives the thing value. Take it to Black Meadow, find the drake that faces east, and bury it with the skull. I recovered the Stone Scroll, but all the remains is delivered back to Grimdar at the Hall of Revered Mysteries in Copper Lane. I just had a strange experience. I heard a voice in my head, and it told me to hide the scroll again. It directed me to bury it in the Black Meadow under the skull of the drake looking east. It sounded like a message from Wellel itself. That's not good. Rest can go in the box. Okay. Right, so who had the grimoire? C had the grimoire. Okay. So we're going to do some quick management. I don't know if I want to... The problem is, like... It depends, like, will Gwen Ravenheart care what a god thinks of her? Probably not, to be honest. Not being nasty, but at the end of the day, it is a god, nothing more. Right, so this is his known spells. Level 2s. Mirror Image... Binding Web... Conheel's Corrosive Siphon... I mean, it's not bad. What's how am I look? So that's +1 dexterity. Slash and crushing. This gives a better dex, but this gives a minus 50 poison effect rate and disease, and I can use sunbeam. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine then. She's gonna have that armor then. Who else needs better armor, really? I mean, that's better than the one that he has. I mean, I'm tempted to give it to her. I'll just pocket it. I'm just gonna hold it in. I think he's got that, which is plus damage reduction from piercing. Grant second chance on unconsciousness once per rest. We'll try him out with. So let's see. He loses piercing resistance and frost resistance when we take it off, but he gets more damage reduction and more protection against slashing and piercing, and his speed goes up. Yeah, we'll do that then. We'll put that in the bag. Really, there's a bunch of stuff I should be really putting in the bag at this rate. Bear hide. Put that in the box as well.
Yeah.
So, do we have enough money? No, we do not. Okay.
Can do.
Well, since we've just been told to bury this in under the skull and like Black Meadow, man, that's going to take us an absolute age to get back there. Well, if the god says so, well, I don't have to listen to the god. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get there. But I can see the point that the god was getting at. Like, it's supposed to be a god of mystery. What's the point of hoarding it in a library? Black Meadow. 1 day. Ouch. Right, so where's this? Dragon pointing east. Down this one here, isn't it? Yeah. This drake skull faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Buried a scroll of Well-El. As you cover the ancient scroll with a last handful of soil, the sifting voice speaks in your head once more. Well done, Watcher. You have lost the item, Scroll of Well-El.
Just say the word.
He's probably going to be pissed at us now. Super pissed. Yeah, see, for one... Oh boy. Durin prison has arrived seeking employment. He's nearly set upon by brigands on the road, but our patrol... Hold on. Durin Pisson has arrived seeking employment. He was nearly set upon by brigands on the road, but the patrol intervened. Okay. Okay. There are no events. We can go there and check it out. It's night. Okay, these guys even more louder. No, it's just the same. It's just daytime, nighttime. Right. So let's get the map open. Get to here. Fast mode, and we'll speed up time and just sprint the distance we need to go. I think we did the right thing. I mean, like, they're supposed to be loyal to their god, and their god is telling me to lose it. So if he doesn't like it, well, he can hard cheese, as they say. I mean, if she asks about it, he's going to straight up say to it, "Your god told me to lose it." She's going to be annoyed, like no one's business, but tough cheese.
Good day to you.
I found the scroll, but Well-El asked me to hide it again. Her gnarled hand shakes. He points to your Icewind. You expect me to believe that? You said it yourself. Would be foolish to steal from the god of secrets. Well-El is the god of truth, but hidden and revealed. Does that really seem strange? Why would I lie? I've got no use for a holy scroll. Her scowl deepens. It's not mere utility that makes the scroll invaluable. Well-El's truth is that the nature of Kith is to convert secrets. Either you are a fool or you think me one. Her finger trembles, moves towards the door. Her trembling finger moves towards the door. Get out now. Now get out. Right, okay. Yeah, we completed it. I mean, she's annoyed. Understandably so, but what use would they have for... Tax collected, lost 38 copper to bandits, earned 228. Okay. So we lost a bit. We need to get a garrison in place. But we got some XP. And we can level up. Rightio. So I got 6 points to spend. Athletics is tempting. Lore is tempting, as general knowledge. Survival. I do love my... Let's look at Gwen. Let's look at Gwen Ravenheart. Looks absolute with a coat. Flaming horns. Ah, So awesome! So awesome, and that armor rocks. I'll probably go with athletics. Yeah, athletics, I think. And I'll save the rest. Right, you got Paladin's abilities. What do you want to have? Lay on hands, which is basically we just heal them. A substantial amount of endurance for Paladin or an ally within twice per encounter. Inspired Truth. Speed, it's a passive speed effect, area of effect, 25 radius. Allied AoE, +7 to all defense for 11 seconds, 11.5 seconds. Liberating Exhortation, commands an ally to summon all their strength, +2 encounter, speed fast. Effects, friendly target, hostile effects suspended for 23 seconds. Zealous Charge, inspires the Paladin and all nearby allies to charge firstly into battle, increasing their movement speed and disengagement defense. Cannot be activated with other zealous auras. Okay, not really interesting to me. Sworn Enemy, marks an enemy as the focus of the Paladin's Righteous Fury, granting actually damage bonus to the target until the end of combat or the target goes down. Once per encounter, foe targeted mark 20% more damage and 15 accuracy against marked targets. Zealous Endurance. Right, this would be nice, but Zealous Charge and Zealous Endurance can't be used with the one that I have. So it's either Inspiring Triumph, which is allied to all 7 allied AoE, all 7 to all defenses for 11 seconds. Inspires allies with unity down an enemy. Basically, every time Gwen Ravenheart kills someone, then they get a defense boost. We could do Lay on Hands, which is a healing thing, but I want her hacking away at stuff. Probably gonna go Sworn Enemy because it means that if I want to, I can just target one person and cut them down. Yeah, that sounds like her. So that's her done. Now the wizard. He's got 6 points. We could get his lore up. We'll get his lore up to 10. There we go. Because he's the person who really needs to have his lore high. And he can choose his spells. And there's a lot of spells here. I will pause for a second and choose, and then show you what I've chosen. And we're back, folks. I picked up Exposure on Abilities, which means that it bears the enemy's combat abilities fall to C, reducing their damage, reduction, deflection, and concentration. So it's quite a powerful debuff spell. Very nice. And the other one I picked up was the good old-fashioned favourite of all D&Ders, Fireball. Summons a flaming ball of molten earth that explodes at the target location, causing burning damage to all in the area. So the area effect is not massive, but 27 to 37 damage. I mean, the only other option that I had was that I was thinking maybe this one instead, because it does less damage, but it jumps to at least 2 other targets. Though I suppose if with Fireball, if they're clustered enough, that will affect them, so we'll keep it as is. There's a poison one that I like to look at as well, but I like Fireball. I'm a traditionalist. Right, so he leveled up. Our knight leveled up. Right, mechanics, survival. Get his athletics up in case we have to do the heal on him. Fighting abilities. Vigorous defense we could get if we wanted to once per encounter. +20 to all defenses for 15 seconds. Not really interesting. Into the fray. Foe targeted twice per encounter. Foe targeted 26 to 35 piercing damage. 5 meter pull. Basically pull them if successful days for 12 seconds. The fighter lunges through the battle, pulling the enemy into immediate melee range, causing piercing damage and leaving them dazed. Guardian stance. The fighter devotes all of his or her energy to defending allies, lowering accuracy but increasing deflection of nearby allies, which is nice. Disciplined barrage. A fighting intensive focus on his or her training, significantly raising accuracy for a short amount of time. I mean, this stuff is nice. I mean, this is all like weapon specialization. Fury might be nice because we can use it twice per encounter. Plus, it would daze people. Guardian would be nice, but his accuracy drops for his friendly aura. I mean, his accuracy would drop, but deflection for everybody else would go up, which would actually be quite useful, especially if he needs to be a tank. We'll go with that one. And get him to turn it on. So we could have put Defender on earlier, and his deflection goes down. Sorry.
All right then.
So his accuracy drops, but his deflection, it's a friendly aura.
Hey.
So how wide is it? It's not, but he's going to be in LA anyway, so it's quite useful. But he can engage more people. Don't know if I picked the right one for him, but it's too late now. I mean, for now we'll just do his deflection will drop. He can engage more.
What?
Well, later time perhaps. The priest. What do we want to have for him? Since we need someone who can actually pick locks, you're going to get mechanics, and then we'll chuck another one into survival. Class unlock. Circle of Protection. So I take it these are level 3 cleric spells, Divine Blessing, Pillar of the Earth, Prayer Against Restraint. So these are more abilities by the looks of it. Wandering Seals, Watchful Presence. Right, okay. So I take it if you're a cleric you don't actually get to choose your stuff. Yeah, he's got level 2 spells have popped up. Yeah. Defended by... Yeah, calls down a Pillar of Divine Judgment, inflicting crushing damage, knock damage on the enemy. Defended by, yeah, and it's basically strength and... Is it toughness? I think it's toughness and agility. Right. And the last person we have left is him. He needs to have a point in that. His athletics need to be increased because that's the thing that he heals himself with. Survival as well, probably. Yes, that can also be used in conversations. After the 6th rank, the previously earned bonuses become more powerful in the same order they were received. I mean, it's not bad. Survival is, I think, one of the better ones, especially if you camp a lot. And he has a whole load of phrases to learn. So we can do stuff like dull the edge, reduce damage, slashing and piercing damage of enemies in the area of effect, thick grow of their tongue, stumble or words, reduces concentration of enemies. Then you got stuff like Lo, the echoed host, the harbinger of doom, generating a field of terror, frightening enemies in the area of effect. 1 dozen stood against the power of the saints, decreasing duration and defense against frightened and terrified effects for allies in the area of effect. That would be useful actually. Rim and Frost follow the footsteps of Calf. Allies leave a hazardous trail of frost wherever they move, hobbling, causing freeze damage to enemies. Sure Hand, I'll knock her arrow with speed. Decreases reload time, increases speed of range attacks for all allies. The fox from the farm did run and leap. Reduces accuracy or the accuracy of disengagement attacks. No, I'll probably go with this one. Generate a field of terror, frightening enemies. Resolve and dexterity reduced by 2, and the accuracy is reduced by 10. Yeah, that's the one I want. Right, so now he's got that stuff. I need to just quickly fix his, how do I do it with him again? His chance. Can never remember. You can talk to him. Oh, there we go. Edit chance. Right, there we go. That will kick into there. That will kick into there. So basically, they're about. So if we if we wanted to put this one in. So it's all about trying to figure out. That will increase fortitude and will. So that's up first. That will increase speed plus to reflex. That will reduce the enemy's endurance, and that will give the aura of frightened. So we basically want. So it wants to be blessing of the way. Blessed was Waylif, quickest of his tribe, and then it wants to be. Duration, because yeah, that will give us a brief speed as we charge in, followed by that, because that will scare the enemy. Followed by that, probably blessed was his. Blessed was the problem is this one, which gives us fortitude and willpower. I'll chuck it on at the end. So don't see much use. I don't see much use for it right now. This one can just have the straight. No, sorry. And B can just have this one tacked on. Yeah, that looks good. Right. Excellent, excellent. Okay.
Just say the word.
She's not happy with us because, obviously, but between her and a god, I'd
Not a
rather
problem.
keep the god happy than her. But that's where we're going to leave it, ladies and gentlemen. I went on a bit longer than expected. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Steam. You can leave a comment in the comment section. I get back in contact with you. This has been Pillars of Eternity and the continued adventures of Gwen, Ravenheart, and Space Pig, as we attempt not to piss off powerful people and gods. I shall see you all next time, folks. Goodbye.